Hi, it's Bill, and welcome back to another episode of Racing with Rad Air. Today I'm at Track First in Akron, Ohio, and if you're in the Midwest, there's no doubt that you know about Track First and the awesome service that they offer and their wide range of products. One of the things, Tim, I'm really impressed with is when someone comes into your showroom for a consultation, you have so much data and information to walk them through purchasing the right helmet, suit, harness, seat. How do you stay up on everything to make sure that you have all the right information for your customers?
Oh, it's a 24-hour process. It's not here, it's at home as well. Basically, we go and we watch the regulation websites all the time. We're looking at the racing groups themselves, looking for any update on their files and we try to read through it and we try our best comparison, what people are expecting last year. We're on the social media platforms as well, saying, hey, here's the big announcement. And we do read it. You know, it's interesting for us because a lot of it is it's a little bit fun as well for us. It's just on my side because I get to see the engineering improvements on the equipment. But also, there's always that concept of if anything's possible, it will happen. And on the racing side, that's why everything's changing. So if a safety equipment for performance or anything at the track. So it's kind of each year there's something new, but we were like, okay, this happened. Well, what's going to change? So to keep up to date, it's just reading through articles. A lot of the times, I admit, a lot of our safety equipment guys are based in Europe, so we're on the UK, the overseas blogs, the European sites as well, just to give us a preview. Usually whatever happens over there with the big regulations is going to transfer over here in the US.
Good to know. Yeah. And we've seen you at PRI over the years, meeting with all the manufacturers and learning and touching and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, the best thing about this part of the motorsport world, what we found out, and it's probably true of everything, is the people who make these products are excited about their products. They have their history in motorsport. They are dedicated their lives to it. They want to talk about it. It's like, hey, this is the small details. So they love the long conversations about what they thought about, why it came up with this material, or why they backed off on some things and saying, hey, we're balancing comfort and safety all the way through. And at the PRI show, it's great because you can talk to these individuals. And that's also where we try to find companies that, again, the small companies, things that have thought differently, and we try to look through the hundreds of companies listed and say, where did these guys come from? What are they focusing on? We try to contact them saying we want to talk just to see what's new on the market. What do you guys think out there, from clothing to anything out there?
Yeah. And there's three ways that people can interact with you. One, they can come in your store. Two, they can contact you, whether it be on phone or email. But also, you do some trackside support for in the region. Who do you work with when you're at the trackside support?
So our two major groups that we work with is NASA and Porsche Club. So we do the HPD days for PCA in this area. And for NASA and their series at least in Ohio and Michigan, Ohio and Pennsylvania, we show up at the trackside with our 30-foot trailer, try to bring us as much of the store with us as possible. And we do take requests as well. If you're going to an event, one of our listed events, and you need us to say, hey, I have not been able to sit in this certain seat, I haven't seen this helmet, we will take the request and bring it with us. We know that distances out here are huge. We do have multiple customers that drive from Michigan 4.5 to 5 hours to visit our showroom, and not everyone has that ability to do that. But if you happen to be going to Mid-Ohio, which you've done your big trip to, we will bring what we can for you to test out. So we try our best to bring as much as possible. But again, every event you can contact us ahead of time saying, look, I would love to see this in person just to feel it out. I'm very interested. I just don't know my sizing. I'd rather have it in person.
Yeah.
For it.
That's a great service. And I've seen your tent and your setup and your trailer at the facility, and the people that constantly are coming up, do you have? Can I see? When can I get? So I know that's a great service. Yeah. Well, let's take a walk around the store.
Yeah, cool. So one thing we also do, not just part of our normal trackside and having the store at the side of the track, and also in here, we also do provide services. One of our major items that happens out everywhere is electronics for that purpose. We do radio installs for helmets for Stilo, Bell, and other brands of the sort. We've done it for a couple years now. Our major brand that we use is Rugged Radios, but we can provide other radio systems. Just your normal helmet install, and also figuring out your wiring in your car yourself. We can do the whole packs on that purpose. And yeah, we we just make sure your combination works when you're going out there, and we know what kind of upgrades you're looking for out here on the road courses. We also do data acquisition systems. Our main, we do have the ability to get to AIM products and work on those pieces together, but we also are a Garmin dealer for it. On that piece. This is obviously the Catalyst, our favorite kind of introductory data acquisition device on the market, providing you with everything you need right out of the box to start learning and start proving yourself as being well coached for it. We do also make secondary car kits where it's easy to switch the devices between vehicles. We do have a kit available online, but we can provide it. Yeah, that's one part on there. Just the small details, what we've learned over the many years that we've done it, what just fails. Again, whatever happens can happen. We can provide it for you. On the next piece. Our next major item, especially of the current years of just safety equipment and rules at HPDs and track days, are head and neck devices. From everywhere from your top dog ZERO HAN ZERO devices, what the professionals use, to devices that weigh less than a pound, to your more unique ones in the US from like brands like NextGen or ZAMP, as well as the Simpson Hybrid. We just know that these devices provide, they can help you, unique for each person's situation on that, the NextGen and the sizing purposes, what you need for what kind of racing you're doing. And we can size you, make sure you like the features, and give you an idea based on your price range as well, what you're getting into. For it, as well as the anchor kits, and especially with the hybrid and other Hans device systems, making sure sitting down out here, making sure it's fit well, so when you're at the track, you're ready to go. It's sized appropriately and adjusted appropriately. So one thing I mentioned before, and I think it's a big deal, is I really like the idea of touching and feeling and trying on the products and also comparing the products. And a big part of that is, the biggest part of the market or grouping is helmets. Just a range of helmets out there, from everything from your introductory standard start out helmets to, again, what the pros are wearing, or something of the carbon fiber or very technical route. So what we try to do here is have everything of each size, everything from your double extra small to your quadruple XL, and a range of brands and side-by-side comparison and what features you can get. And we basically make the conversation through what you're getting for when you pay that little bit more, or what this helmet provides to this one. There's definitely a helmet for each kind of sport out there, or what you want feature-wise. And that's why we have it here, from ones that have pre-installed radios to lighter helmets, ones for more aerodynamic shapes. So we try to, again, compare it, and also compare it to multiple brands and just how they feel for it. The same thing we do is also with gloves. We try our best to provide you, show you what those numbers mean in the sizing, what features you're getting on the inside of the palm, as well as the materials on the outside. There's a lot of new technology going into gloves recently, especially because of the technology in the car is improving. A lot of the top-end gloves are touchscreen friendly on the inside of the vehicle now. They offer a touch finger, as well as new breathable, flexible materials on the outside, and just new materials on the inside of the palm. A lot of different industries are affecting the motorsport on how grip works on there. So definitely what you're looking for. There's ones that are very simple with their silicone or what they're tacky material, to mixed materials on the palm, depending on if you're shuffling inside the car, large steering rack ratio on the rack, to having more tactile feel for it. And also the differences between seams on the inside of the gloves to seams on the outside, what your preference of feel is on there. Well, so we've in the sizing world and touch and feel side of this, while we're around, it not only, as much as helmets it's important for helmets, it's as much important as in suits for it, because there's an extreme range in suits of what you can get for. So what we do over here is the same thing as helmets, where we try to get multiple brands, multiple sizes, showing you that the same large in one company is not the same as somebody else. They're all built differently, especially with the one-piece suits, because they're trying to guess your body structure, the top and bottom, and the length of leg to chest. So we have an idea in our head based off numbers and what we've known over the years about okay, this is how it fits, or your body shape, this is more the brand you should be looking at on the preset suits. And also the style suit, you can get the more vintage style with the classic golf style colors on there, as well as your more modern kind of clean style that you see out there. Suits that are more open to also putting branding on the top side for it. And just the small features you might not see up closely, for example, O&P with their slide-in pockets and things like that on there. A big also, and then recently, the big deal has been with a lot of these brands and with the development of new materials is custom gear for it. So one of the new brands that we discovered or met with at this last PRI was Marina Racewear out of Barcelona. They make FIA suits and gloves and underwear customizable and very easy. They provide a service that you can get a custom suit within 20 days from them, and they will express ship it at a very good pricing of, for example, a suit around $1,500 for it, like this one right here. On that style, a nice 2-layer up-to-date FIA shoe, and we're starting to provide that service on our website as well as in store. We can do the sizing out here. If you do want to go with a different brand, we do offer other brands like Sebelt for custom suits and other materials, and show you what the colors and up close, so we can make sure it fits everything on the spot, gets it right on the first try. We've also expanded past Marina also to start working on the team wear. So you can match from what you are wearing on the side of the track to on the track. This is something very new for us, but we can help you design it on the website, give you some ideas. If you give us a concept, we can provide it for you with several designs to make sure you get your company logos and the company themselves has everything they need to make it a smooth transaction.
All right, Tim, as we wrap up this tour of your showroom, I'm strapped in because this is moving fast. Let's finally talk about seats and your selection of seats. And even for the casual track day person, why is a seat so important?
Yeah, you find out very quickly, especially with modern cars, how well they can go around a corner very quickly. And then you realize right afterwards, oh, it's you that's trying to leave the car. And generally, so manufacturers are trying to make a little bit of a compromise feel for somebody being comfortable on the street as well as maybe a little bit of sport driving, but it tends to be more comfortable on there unless you get something pretty extreme. So luckily, there's a lot of brands that realize, okay, we have people who want to go the other direction, hold you in better, and give you that feel on the track. And now you get to focus more on your driving and everything else that's happening in the car, and you're not thinking about just trying to hold on. I've learned those lessons of hitting my door panel trying to make a right-hander. So for that part. So what we do here on the other part of the seats is, again, sizing you to make it appropriate. So it's that nice appropriate feel of snug and comfortable side, so you don't feel hurting yourself every time you get out of the seat. What you're looking for from something that is more of a street style seat like these two to a more dedicated track seat to a full-on racing halo composite seat. Make sure that the seat is appropriate for the series that you're going into, that you have everything. So, and beyond the seat is everything that you need to make it fit in the car. We've done many years of doing this, so we get a better idea of also the seat sizing, what will fit in what kind of vehicle, or if you're going to have to do modifications to make it work, as well as the bracketry. So we work with multiple brands to make sure we have something that sits appropriate, ones that are more specialist to a car manufacturer, so you sit in a better location. There are brands that, they do everything on the market, but they're not, for example, Mazda specialists. They're not Porsche specialists. So when you have we try to work with those brands to help you sit lower or have more adjustability on the inside, as well as making sure when you install, for example, a harness, that it's right, it's comfortable, it's held on securely, and it's actually going to do its job for its purpose. And also always the last details is just making sure that you understand how everything works together. We're trying to make sure like you're as safe as possible and you're not hurting yourself what you're putting in the car for it. But definitely a seat can definitely help. Even just keeping with your 3-point seatbelt and getting something that's that more bolstered, better materials on there can make a huge difference on your day at the track.
For sure. And one thing we didn't talk about are some of the other things like harnesses, window nets, all kinds of accessories and fluids here at Track First in Akron. Well, Tim, thanks for showing us around this awesome showroom and everything you do for the racing community. If folks want to learn more about Track First or connect with you, what's the best way to learn more?
So we react to 3 different ways. Quick way is obviously to call us at 234-380-5978. That is our main line. You can either talk to me or Sally at our showroom to catch you up on details. Our backup is emailing. It's best for detailed situations or questions off hours for us. My email is tim@track-first.com, just like our website URL. There is also trackfirstinfo@gmail.com, or that email is listed on our website as a click line. And we do social media questions as well, so you can contact us through Instagram and Facebook for quick reactions on there. But yeah, we can easily contact and make sure you get a good timing. It's also a good way for us to set up times if you want to come in off hours. We will come in on our off days if you need to come in early Saturday morning or on a Sunday. We'll try our best. And also it's a good way to update our schedule because we do that track schedule in the summertime.
Awesome. So if you're looking for great service, great support, and access to thousands of great products, be sure and check out Track First in Akron. And it's great to have Track First racing with Rad Air.